Hello, my name is Dea Parsanishi. I am a Canadian faculty member for the Somatic Experiencing Trauma Institute. I'm a psychotherapist here in Port Alberni, which is actually on the west coast of Canada, for those who don't know, on an island called Vancouver Island. It's the traditional territory of the Butchess, Sashat, and Huayet people. It is a beautiful rainforest, not a tropical rainforest, but a temperate rainforest. We have beautiful big trees and lots of rain. And there I love to walk and I love to mountain bike with my husband and my son. Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. Lots of rivers and lakes and things like that. Ocean as well. I'm half Japanese and half white. You may see that in my face. Who knows? And I've been invited to share a little experience with you. And so I was thinking about rhythm, not like we're going to make rhythm or music, but more about trauma and rhythm. And that trauma is often a form of stuckness, of a lack of movement, or a disorganized, chaotic movement. This is a lovely little slinky that helps me to kind of feel and see the experience of trauma and stuckness. So we can have either something like this where nothing much moves, or we can have something like this where things are out of control and moving in a really unhelpful way. And what we're looking for when we're healing trauma or restoring self-regulation is an organized kind of movement. And very often we're looking for a more organized rhythm. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. And so that might be the ba-bum, ba-bum of my heart that we're attending to. It might be the slower inhale and exhale of the breath. Right? These are a couple of rhythms. It might be the rhythm of walking, step and step and step when I'm on the trail moving through the rainforest, or running. For those of you who run, I don't run anymore, but for those of you who run, it's a little bit faster rhythm. Yeah, it might be the beat of one of our favorite songs, a favorite piece of music. It might be the rhythm of how we pet a cat or a dog. A couple of cats, and they like different rhythms in the way that they're petted. Scratched underneath the chin, or longer rhythms of petting them down their full back. Yeah, or we have the rhythm of the ocean, the waves coming in or out, or even the long rhythm of the tide. And so these are all examples of natural rhythms or movements that we might connect to, that we might, particularly if we're feeling a little more stuck, a little less movement, or if we're feeling like our rhythm is everywhere, right? We don't have rhythm, or our movement is everywhere disorganized, that we might look for rhythms that feel more supportive to us. So that's what I'm going to invite you to do, us to do together, because I'm going to do it with you. Yeah, so if you just take a moment, you've heard my spiel, talk a little bit, you've seen my slinky. The invitation to you would be to first just get yourself comfortable. Any adjustments you need to make, I notice, I move my back a little bit and I can feel the chair under me. However you do that, lie down, grab a new different chair, get some pillows, but just take a minute to give your body some support. While we do this experience, feel free to move around. It's definitely not experience that you need to be still for. So move around as much as you need to. Yeah. So when you get your body comfortable, I want you to just notice what's happening inside. What is going on in you? Is there a too quietness of everything, like we showed everything stopping? Is there a rhythm that you find in you already? Or is there this kind of a little bit of chaos and things moving in too many different ways, different rhythms, a little bit too much going on? And just to notice it, that's okay. To be curious. And then while you're feeling whatever you're feeling, while you're moving in whatever way your body wants to move, I would invite you to think about a rhythm that you enjoy, a rhythm that you love, a way that you find rhythm. Again, it could be that piece of music. It could be a place where you like to walk in the rhythm of your steps, on the beach, on the dirt, on the rock of the trail, whatever that is. It might be that you're noticing your heartbeat and it's stable even while all this movement is happening. Or it's a movement that's happening in all of that stillness. So just find a memory or current moment experience of a rhythm that you enjoy. And take some time just to get to notice that rhythm. If it's a memory, just reflect back. Maybe even if you could, kind of get an image of that rhythm. So here I am, I found my rhythm. Can you see? Mine's interesting, a slowed down version of the walk in the woods. Mine's playing a little bit like that slow motion instant replay. And you might try that. For some of you, you might like to slow down the rhythm to kind of feel. For me, I'm feeling each step in my body. Yeah. For some of you, it might be at the actual rhythm. This would be the pace of my walking. So it might be more like that. If it's music, you might be stretching it out a little bit or bopping to it at the pace of the song that you have. All of these are okay. Again, if you're petting that cat or the dog or the horse or the pot-bellied pig, just to feel in your body the movement, let your body move to the rhythm of the movement. It doesn't have to be this big. It could be just like imagining it as your hand rests, but really just feel that rhythm in your body. Let any part of your body that's willing, interested in a little movement, let your body move to that rhythm. Notice what images you see. Notice which body parts join in. I'm noticing it's kind of interesting that as I walk, my hips are in, my upper body is in, but my feet, maybe it's because I'm sitting cross-legged, they're less involved. Yeah. So just to find how the rhythm moves you. Isn't that a song somewhere? So feel the rhythm move you. And as the rhythm moves you, as you find that rhythm, notice what else happens in you. If you had more of that stillness, what's happening with that stillness as you find your rhythm, this rhythm? If there was more of that chaoticness, what happens as you find your rhythm? It doesn't magically fix anything, but sometimes it's interesting to see what happens as we find a rhythm, how that shifts things, how that changes things, how that maybe creates a little something different while the chaos or the stuckness is still there. Ooh, now that's really interesting. What I notice in myself is this movement has changed. And you might notice something like that too. And as I feel this movement, what it feels more like is like a tree swaying in the wind. And we've had a lot of that here lately. We've had some big winter storms. And we have some beautiful big trees being in a rainforest. So I can feel that movement of the trees, my spine in the wind. And again, it's a different kind of rhythm, a different kind of movement in me. And you can just notice that. The trees actually sway. This is probably closer to the rhythm of the trees because they move much more slowly than my walking pace. Yeah. But all that length to move. And so just noticing in yourself, has the rhythm changed? Has the movement changed? What does it remind you of now? And the great thing is if the rhythm's changed in a way that you like, you can stay with it. I'm really liking this, so I'm staying with it. But if it's a rhythm that you don't like, this new one, if it's changed, you get to choose to go back. I could choose to go back to that walking rhythm, which is a little bit more like this for me, right? So you have a choice here to choose to find a different rhythm, to go back to one that you liked more, or say, oh, I want to even find a different one. What happens if I think about music? What happens if I think about water? What happens if instead I think about skating, ice skating? It's the time of year right now for ice skating, or carving turns down the ski hill. Right? What is it you do that has rhythm, the chop, 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 chop of cutting vegetables in the kitchen to put in that soup? Now, what are the places where you find rhythm? And what rhythms do you enjoy? So there's an experiment for you to continue with, to keep looking for rhythms, to keep feeling into rhythms, and to use rhythms to help come out of stuckness, to help find little rhythms, or to bring a little bit more organization into what might be chaotic experiences of rhythm or lack of rhythm in yourself. All right. I hope you're had a little bit of fun, and I hope you have a good day.